If you haven't messed up a good relationship, you're just not trying. Hey team, Sean Searle here. We're taking just a few visits to talk about the nature of relationships. There are two primary attitudes that drive relationships, that of pride and that of humility. Now, I'd like to illustrate the difference between the two, and I'd like to do it in what we would call a short-term relationship. Let's say that I'm driving down the highway, I'm cruising along just fine, and I'm going to change lanes and get in the right lane. So I look in my rear view mirror, look at the side mirror, take a quick glance, and I start moving over. And then I hear a horn blaring because I didn't see the guy in my blind spot. So I swerve back over and move up, and then I get over. And I've got a guy laying on his horn, shaking his fist, amongst other things, in my general direction. Then we pull up to a red light. He pulls up next to me and rolls down his window, and he's just blowing me up. This is where it gets interesting. I have one of two options. I can employ the attitude of pride or humility. And what pride looks like is I just return in kind. I'm yelling back, hang yourself, don't worry about it, nobody was hurt. Or I can roll down my window and I can say, dude, so sorry, didn't see ya, my bad, I apologize. What changes in his response? Most of the time. Almost always, if I return kind for kind, he's just going to blow up and it's going to escalate, and I've wrecked that friendship to the very end, meaning when the light turns green. Or if I come back with humility, he oftentimes will just calm down and say, no bad, no harm, no worries. And I've restored that relationship, and we can be very, very good friends until the light turns green. That may seem like an oversimplification, but the truth be known, that's virtually how all relationships work. When you have two people who are escalating their pride and how dare you and you should have and this and that and you didn't and you did and all that, at the end of the day, it just keeps steaming up until the resentment's so deep that the relationship disintegrates. And by the way, that's oftentimes what happens with marriages. Or if one party is willing to say, you know what, I handled that very badly, and I'm not promising I'll get it right always in the future. I am who I am, but I want you to know I'm going to make a real sincere effort to get that right in my life without me having to pound on the other person. That can change the entire trajectory of a relationship. The point being, as we discussed in our last visit, pride and humility are two very different attitudes we bring to relationships, but virtually always humility wins the day. Wanted to illustrate that for you. Thanks for taking time. Have a great day.